Welcome to The Explainer. We're going to talk about a tool that millions of students use every single day. And yeah, we usually think of it as just for chatting with friends, not for studying, or at least that's what we thought. Today, we're diving into some really fascinating new research on how WhatsApp is actually reshaping the entire university experience.
Okay, let's just think about it for a second. That jump from high school to university, it's a huge deal, right? I mean, it's one of the biggest challenges a young adult will face. You've got all these new academic pressures, a workload that's just, way heavier, and on top of all that, you have to build a social life completely from scratch.
But what if a key to making that transition smoother was something that's already in every single student's pocket? That's the question right at the heart of the study we're digging into today. It's asking if this thing we all carry around, this thing we often write off as a total distraction, could actually be a secret weapon for student success.
So we're looking at a 2025 paper from the journal Frontiers in Education, and the title tells you everything: the impact of WhatsApp on first-year students' transition to university life. Its focus is just laser sharp on that one crucial make-or-break period, and that's what makes it so unique.
And this is really why this study is such a big deal. You see, lots of research has looked at social media in education in a general sense. But believe it or not, to the best of our knowledge, no study has ever specifically zoomed in on how WhatsApp affects first-year students making that tough jump from high school. This paper fills a huge gap.
So, the big question is, how did the researchers actually tackle this? Let's get into the nitty-gritty of how they conducted this investigation.
Okay, so the study was based on a quantitative analysis. Basically, they crunched the numbers from a detailed questionnaire. They gave this out to 205 first-year students at Al Ain University in the UAE, which gave them a really solid chunk of data to work with.
And check this out. This wasn't just a survey of students from one single field. You can see here, engineering was the biggest group, sure, about 57%, but they also had a good mix from education, pharmacy, communication, and others. And that diversity is super important because it means the results aren't just about, say, tech students. They apply much, much more broadly.
And right off the bat, the data showed something pretty mind-blowing. Get this, a massive 85.9% of students said they use WhatsApp for both academic stuff and personal communication. So for them, it's not one or the other. It's this hybrid tool that's totally woven into the fabric of their university life. 1 minute they're sharing lecture notes, the next they're making plans for the weekend.
Okay, so this brings us to the first major finding of the study, which is all about how WhatsApp has become this unexpected academic lifeline.
Yeah, the study puts it perfectly. It says, WhatsApp is a pivotal tool for first-year university students with a strong inclination toward academic collaboration and support. So forget the idea that it's just a distraction. The results show it's actually a central hub where students team up and help each other out with their schoolwork.
And the numbers really back this up. So the researchers found what's called a statistically significant positive correlation. Now, all that means is that two things move in the same direction. So the more students used WhatsApp, the more they sought academic support, the more they jumped into group discussions, and they even felt it had a positive impact on their performance. It's a direct link, not just a coincidence.
But, university isn't just about grades and textbooks. And this is where it gets really interesting. Academics are only half the story. The study found that WhatsApp is just as crucial when it comes to the social side of things, helping students build a brand new social world from the ground up.
And this really gets to the heart of the social challenge for first-year students, doesn't it? Without a tool like this, it's so easy to feel isolated, anxious, maybe even excluded. But with WhatsApp, suddenly you have this lifeline. It makes connecting with people easier, it helps organize social events, it really fosters that all-important sense of belonging.
And just like we saw with the academic side, the numbers here tell the exact same story. Again, a strong positive link. The more students use the app, the more they connected with their classmates, the better they adapted to this whole new university environment, and the more they actually got involved in social events. It's pretty clear the app is acting as a powerful social glue. Okay, so we've seen the data. So what? What does all of this actually mean for students, and maybe more importantly for the universities themselves? Let's get into the conclusions and recommendations. Well, the implications here are pretty huge. The big takeaway for universities is this: stop fighting it. Instead of seeing WhatsApp as a problem, they need to acknowledge it as the vital tool it already is. They should embrace it for sharing information, use it to intentionally build a sense of community, and even integrate WhatsApp-based activities right into the orientation programs from day one.
And just a quick note here for any researchers listening. This study really opens the door to so much more exploration.
So the authors have made the paper fully open access. It's published in a Scopus Index journal, which, as you know, adds real value to related research. You can find the link to download the full paper for free right in the description below. Please feel free to use it and cite it in your own work.
So in the end, this research really shines a light on the incredible, often overlooked potential of the digital tools students are already using every single day. And it leaves us with a really big question, doesn't it? As these tools become more and more embedded in education, how can institutions maximize all the good stuff while still managing the risks, like distraction? This study gives us a powerful look at the positive side, and now the challenge is for us to intentionally design for that success on our increasingly digital campuses.